Hey there, this is Meloria, and this is going to be a Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report, and it's going to be between my Dwarves up against some Lizardmen. Now, this is kind of a rematch back from the tournament we had a while ago. He took the real Jurassic Park, bunch of dinosaurs, and I took the regular Dwarf list. My cannons and war machines just kind of cleaned the floor, and it wasn't much of a game. So going into this one, when I knew I was going to be up against him, I decided to change my list a bit. Took out all the guns, took out all, the Rune Lord and all that stuff, and I really made it combat based. So I'm going to be now running with, instead of a Rune Lord, I'm going to have two Dwarf Lords. All the different shooting units are out. Now I have the hammers in, and I even went and I took out all the cannons and organ guns, and then I even put in the flame cannon. So it's really changed around now. Now it's more combat based with a flame cannon just for fun, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so the game we were playing was Dawn Attack, so we didn't really get the pick where stuff was deployed. And for his left side here, he's going to have the Skink Skirmishers with the blowpipes, and he has the Bastille Dawn with the whole laser crystal. In the middle, he's going to have a big unit of the Cold One riders here. He doesn't have the riders on there yet because he's painting them, but they're going to be having the full command. And he also has a Scarvet in there too, so they're a little bit scary. Then he also has his Slan inside the Temple Guard. And then over here, what he has is the Razor Dawn. Inside the building is going to be his big, huge horde of Sora Spearmen. Joined with him is a Skink Priest. And then he also has an Ancient Stegodon on the other side of the building there. For my side, on the one flank, I'm going to have my Hammerers with my Dwarf General Lord here. There's also going to be one Dragon Slayer. And then I have a big, huge horde. These guys are actually Longbeards this time with great weapons. And then over here, I have a whole bunch of these warriors with shields, and in there will be my other dwarf lord. He's really set up just to have he's the dragon. He has 6 strength, 6 attacks. There's also my BSB, another dragon slayer. There's that flame cannon that you never see anymore. And yeah, this is basically the board. So we didn't roll for terrain. We just grabbed a bunch, and then we took turns putting around the place. Things will be mysterious as you go into them. But pretty much, yeah, the way things are, it really won't be changing too much. It'll be a little bit interesting with how he has its source horde in the building as to, where they'll go. Is he going to bunker there for a while and all the rest of it? And, I mean, one of the things I definitely don't like is having that Ancient Stegodon on that far right flank. Because, it's going to get pretty much an easy kill with the flame cannon if it wants. So my hope is to be really aggressive with the warriors so that he is forced to then use the Stegodon to come after these guys. I also have the Master in a challenge, so I could also use that to force the Stegodon into me. Now, he deployed first, and I needed a 6 to get first turn, and I got first turn. So that's great news. And the other thing here, too, is I believe I got pretty much all the matchups I want. I want my ranks and my 2 characters against his horde. My great weapons will be great against his Cold One cav there. And on the far left, I mean, that lord over there, he's the guy I used to always take before, who has a strength 6 weapon where every wound he does D6 wounds. So he'll kill a monster easy. And yeah, should work out pretty well. The only bad thing, of course, that I have 0 magic defense. And now he's running a life slant, so trouble. So like I said, I stole first turn. Everything marches up. I even move up my flame cannon 3 inches, and that's really it. His turn 1, yeah, here comes that magic I was telling you about. Now, he does dwellers to my guys here. And for the most part, I'm like, well, these guys are stronger, right? They're strength 4. I'll lose a third of the guys. No, look at this. I lost like a half of the unit. It was pretty ridiculous. So these guys now, I don't know what they can do. Whereas before I knew the horde could easily just slap around those knights, now being half the size, it's really questionable, and I think I'm in a lot of trouble here. So otherwise, yeah, he keeps his unit inside the building. He brings up the Razordon to shoot at my Dragon Slayer, does nothing. The Ancient Stegodon moved up to shoot at my Flame Cannon, did 1 wound, but I did made by like a 6+ armor save. And that's pretty much it. The Skinks moved up. It turned out that forest there is the one where it's a Wildwood, but we forgot it right away from the second turn, so we're not going to be doing it anymore. But yeah, they're out of range to shoot, so that's really his turn, which isn't too bad, killing half one of my units. So on my turn, the miners come in. Now, of course, the miners are a lot more scary when I have the anvil to make them charge. But basically, I'm saying, yeah, Stegodon, I'm going to be charging you. So after everything's said and done, it really just looks like this. So I'm just basically moving up, trying to really threaten. I reform with my warriors there, the Longbeards. And really what I'm hoping to happen here is that he'll charge in the Bastiladon, charge in the Knights. I'll kill the Bastiladon. I'll hold with the other Longbeards, and then I'll go over and I'll flank them. So that's what I'm hoping. Otherwise, I moved up my warriors, like I said, to be threatening, to hope to bring the Ancient Stegodon towards me. I'm kind of like offering up my flank as like a little teaser. But if nothing else, I'm also going to go and try and draw in that Razordon with the Master Rune Challenge, because I really need this Dragon Slayer to be alive to redirect when that big horde comes out. So pretty much on his turn, he goes for the charge, but he fails it. So hooray, now I see his flank, and he didn't get to my flank. And yeah, he charges in here, and like I said, when I was a horde, when I had double the numbers here, I felt a lot better about this. Now that I don't, this is going to be a grind fest. Now remember, I'm hitting him on 3s, wounding on 2s, bringing his save down to a 5+. So with my 10 attacks, I'm going to be doing a lot of damage, but he'll be doing a lot of damage back. So my hope is if I kill at least 6, I should be steadfast. What happens though is that he goes at me, rolls a little bit better than average, does fairly well here. Actually, no, let's say his stuff was average, so it's all good. But when I roll back and I do my 3+ to hit, it is garbage. So I end up on just killing 4 guys. I'm not steadfast. I break. But the really big luck here for me is I got away. Somehow, Dwarves at -1 on 2 dice outpaced the Knights on 3 dice. Take the 2 highs. So got a little bit lucky here, because even though I know he'll charge me again after I rally and finish me off, at least these guys aren't turning around and getting back into the battle. So after his turn, it looks like this. His magic phase was a bust. Basically, he tried to cast a spell, and he failed. So he kind of lost concentration. It was a big loss for him. Otherwise, his Skinks are shooting at my Hammerers. They kill some there. They rolled pretty good, actually. And yeah, now we're on to my side. So over here, what I do is, first of all, I charge the Skinks with the hammer so that they stand and shoot. And, I'd rather shoot these guys. He kills a couple here. Then I charge them with the Slayer. They flee. And so then I redirect with the Warriors here, the Hammerers, into the Bastiladon. And I fail the charge. It was a long charge. I needed to roll like an 8 or something, or a 9. So no big deal that I failed it. Over here, of course, I'm going into the flank of the Stegodon, and this one should be pretty easy. And after everything's said and done, it looks like this. So, like I said, I had used the Master Rune Challenge on his Razordon, and he decided to actually flee, so he's back there. Otherwise, I'm now going to go and try and face his Temple Guard, saying, hey, if you get too close, I'll go after you, so you better watch it. My Flame Cannon's moving up, and the combat on the far right, I actually did pretty bad. I failed all my attacks there, but with all the static combat res, he failed his test, even when he's like a stubborn 5. He breaks, he gets away, but he goes off the board, and yeah, points. I rally with my Longbeards, and that's really it, other than just naked men running around. Over here, he's going to charge into me again, and my hope is just to do a little bit of damage before I die. Over here, he decides to go for the charge here. Oh, no, sorry. No, he goes for Dwellers and fails it. Yeah, that was it. So this is the second turn in a row where his super magic phase is basically a nothing phase, because he just fails to cast his first spell with a slam, and that's it. Over here, yeah, he beats my guys. I kill one back. One. Whatever. These guys, I wasn't going to get the points from anyway. They kill me because of Predator Fighter. They have to chase me. They run me down. But now they are really far away and they just won't be part of the game anymore. So otherwise, I hope the Bastiladon would charge me. He just backed up and shot another laser beam. Did no wounds. And yeah, that was really it. Now, the big thing that's going to be changing things here is look in the top right. His guys came out of the building. Now, the way his movement trays are, it's not really matching up quite right. But if you look at the right half of the unit, that's really basically where they are. So I should be able now to team up on them and get some pretty big points and get me back in the game. Something else to say is that neither of his other units, his Razordon or his skirmishers, they both failed the rally, so they're gone. Over here, I charge into this Bastiladon, and I'm hoping my lord can earn his due. Over here, what I do is I basically set up so that the naked man's in front of him, so he has to charge him and then either stand there or overrun, putting himself inside the marsh. Then, of course, I'll have a flank with the miners. But here we go. I finally get a shot with the flame cannon, and I kill 7 dudes. Oh, yeah, the flame cannon did something. Otherwise, any of it looks like this. So, yeah, not much to really say for anything else. I already said my setup on the right. On the left side here, my lord was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I have 4 attacks hitting on 3s. I hit 1 of them. All right. 1 gets through. He fails his armor save. I'm like, all right, here we go. D6 wounds. I roll 1 wound. Luckily, after that, my shield bearers, they do a wound. And then, of course, all the hammerers, they finish it off. And that's a Bastiladon down. And so now I get to threaten the flank or rear of his Temple Guard, which will hopefully turn him around. But, yeah, seriously, he probably doesn't need to worry about me because he can outpace me. So on his turn, he charges in here. His Temple Guard actually have the Banner of Swiftness. So he tries for a charge here, but fails. That could have really ruined my day if he made that charge. But, yeah. Otherwise, he's charging in like we expected. Here we go again. Another magic phase, and the Slan just pretty much, fails. So here we go. Like, it's supposed to be like the Slan is like the master of magic, and he has been doing nothing. So I think next time my opponent here might just want to leave him at home because he's just being a waste of points. Otherwise here, the Skink Priest actually gets something done, and he puts the Curse of Anhir or whatever on me. So, making everything dangerous terrain, and so that might be an issue. And after everything's said and done, he actually kills my guy. I make the challenge with the Dragon Slayer. He rejects it. He takes his attacks. He kills me and decides not to overrun. So, that's the right move to make because now he'll actually get spear attacks and all these things. But I'm ready to go and countercharge. So over here, that's what I do. The one guy's in the front, the other guy's in the flank. You can see from the dangerous terrain, I lost some dudes, and also my lord took a wound. So not that big of a deal. I still have everything here I need. And when everything's said and done, I kick his butt. He needs double 1s. He fails, re-rolls, and gets triple 1s. So, so much for that. So much for the easy points. So, luckily, since I won, I slide my unit all the way over here. Now, it's dumb because I'm putting myself inside a marsh. However, now I'm making it so it's a longer charge for that Temple Guard to get in. On his turn here, the little Skink Priest goes first and gets Irresistible Force, making these guys have the wild form. So now they're Strength 5, Toughness 5. He with a miscast makes him a level 0, but hey, he got the spell off. Otherwise, you can see here his Cav is coming back over here to try and help out. He tried for the charge with the Temple Guard. He failed. And otherwise, yeah, this time he did not win. He broke. He actually got away, but he then went through the building and off the board. So that's great. Big points for me. And now I have a good way to hide my troops. So on my turn, the Dwarf Warriors with shields go into the building. Miners just move away. The flame cannon also moves away to make it so it'd be a really long charge. And on his turn, there's really not much to do but fail some charges and do some magic on the miners and really do a bunch of damage. But hey, that's a leadership 10 rerolled panic test, and they're fine. So with everything, that's a win for the dwarves. And yeah, I didn't have to use my crutch of war machines. So hope you guys like watching it, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.